What's going on, guys? So today we are out here at Living Vehicle in Santa Barbara, California. It is absolutely beautiful out here. The weather is perfect and it is a great day to showcase and give you a full tour of this really awesome 2024 Living Vehicle HD20 Pro travel trailer. Now this thing is super cool, and if you are just checking out my channel and just seeing this video for the first time, or at least my channel for the first time, go back and look at the other content that I've made on these other Living Vehicle units, as well as the technology, the why statement, the mission statement, as well as the kind of the backstory to behind this brand and why it exists. Because this is not an inexpensive brand. It's not a cheap brand either. So when I say cheap, most people think, you know, poorly built, things like that. And this is absolutely not cheap or inexpensive. They have probably built the most impressive, best built RV I have ever toured. And that's saying a lot, even beyond some of the brands that I've recently toured that are still built well. But when you compare them to this, you really can't compare them. This is such an incredibly built trailer. There's no hiding the fact that once you come out and see one of these things, you're going to be impressed. It's just going to be awesome. Anyways, that said, we're going to take a closer look at this 2024 HD20 and some of the cool perks. And again, this is the Pro model, which is going to give you a ton of really cool features and capabilities and additions. And you can get a lower model than this. These basically range in price from about $350,000 all the way up to $699,000. And this unit right here is a $699,000 unit. Before you scoff at the price, just keep in mind, this isn't for everybody. This is like the Ferrari of RVs. It's insane what you get here, and this is certainly the highest end travel trailer that's probably ever been made and ever available on the market. So keep that in mind. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so before we get started, let's talk about numbers. This specific unit has an incredible 20,000 pound GVWR. You heard me right. This thing's 30 feet long and it weighs more than many toy haulers, many tri-axle toy hauler fifth wheels. So this thing is very heavy. It has a cargo capacity of 5,000 pounds and a dry weight of 15,000 pounds. So the reality is you'll probably never load up 2.5 tons worth of stuff in here. That said though, the appropriate vehicle to haul something like this, and this is actually their recommendation as well, would be a modern dually pickup truck, mainly for stability, control, and payload capacity. They have a F350 right here, which is one of their Living Vehicle trucks. They have a Ram 4500 over there. We did a full video on both of these trucks, so you can go back and check those out. That truck would be appropriate for this. This truck, it's not that it can't do it, it's just that you're gonna want more support, you're gonna want more stability, and that's why they recommend a dually for this. Whereas everything else out here, they generally recommend at least a 1-ton single rear wheel truck, even though some 3/4 ton trucks can get away with it. But yeah, so very heavy, has a lot of cargo capacity, has still a very heavy dry vehicle weight rating, and there's a lot of reasons why. A lot of folks often comment on the fact that RVs aren't built well, and they skimp on this and that. A lot of the reason why is because weight savings. Manufacturers are looking to trim out as much fat as possible to make them as towable by as many vehicles as possible. The folks over here at Living Vehicle certainly care about your tow vehicle, and they care that you have a vehicle that's correctly suited to tow something like this, but that all also factors into that, you know, they don't really care about reducing the weight of their units because it's all about building the highest quality unit available. Anyways, we're going to hop inside of this HD30 and then we'll come back out and take a look at the outside. All right, stepping up the MORryde step above steps. It's one of the more common components you're going to see on here. There are some other common components, but you don't see a lot of them. They basically picked the right ones and kept that, such as like Lippert dual pane windows. Very expensive window, very high-end window. You typically see it on very expensive units, but it was a good fit for this, so they didn't have to go out and create a new window. And they are going to be moving to the dual pane acrylic windows eventually. This is a 2024 model, and there's going to be some distinctive advantages that you'd have with this versus a 2023 by way of air conditioning, and we'll get to that here in a second. But here is the kitchen area. Quickly pan around it before we go through it. All right, so One thing you might see in the floor here that is also kind of normally covered up a little bit is this large hatch here. Underneath this hatch is your battery system. Your battery system on this unit is massive. Your solar on this unit is massive. And when I say massive, you have batteries running from here all the way back to there. You have Victron, almost everything. It's absolutely amazing what they've put in this unit. And you also have solar panels on these really cool electric rails that come out off both sides, as well as solar panels all the way on the top of this unit. So this entire roof, including these awnings, which they call their solar awnings, contain enough solar power to power the entire unit and everything in it without ever needing to connect to the grid. It's designed that way. And typically you will have enough power going into this unit that you can even run both your AC units and the microwave and still have more power than you need actually going into the batteries, which is really cool. You have your super high efficiency refrigerator here, and this is all stuff that you would typically see on yachts. And your freezer up here. Right here is your really cool roll-out pantry. Now, keep in mind, whenever you look at a unit like this, almost everything you see here is purpose-built, but it's also designed to be used in ultra-high-end, like race car trailers, ultra-high-end yachts. This is designed to never fail. The stuff that you have in this unit is absolutely built to a quality level that has never really been seen in the RV industry. All aluminum cabinetries, powder-coated. I mean, check this out. Strut arms, really high quality strut arms. All the shelves are adjustable, all aluminum, all powder coated. I mean, it's absolutely insane. It has this positive lock system on the cabinets as well. Has an aluminum roof up here that's also coated as well. It's epoxy coated. Coming back, you have cabinetry all along this area here, as well as super high-end drawers. Now, when I open this drawer, you're going to hear a noise, and that's part of the spring system. If you've ever seen ultra high-end cabinetry in trailers, like your typical race car trailers, they do the same thing. So you have a latching system that essentially creates a spring tension to help keep the drawer open and then close it. But all super high-end stuff. I mean, this is very high-end. I've never seen a trailer that has this type of cabinetry inside of it. All custom made. To give you an idea of how high-end this is, this one cabinet right here costs more to them than an entire wood interior. All the cabinetry in the entire coach. That's how expensive this stuff is. It's more high-end and more premium than you would ever see in virtually any RV or any motorhome. And to give you another idea, if they had replaced this with the type of wood cabinetry that you have inside of a super high-end Class A diesel pusher, this actually would cost more than the cabinetry by like 3 times. And they know this because the folks here actually have renovated RVs, over 400 of them, including diesel pushers, Airstreams. They lived in an Airstream, they lived in a boat. These folks have more mechanical knowledge and experience with RVs than probably most manufacturers do. It's absolutely insane, the experience that the folks here have. The renewability factor of all of this stuff, sustainability factor, this actually scored the highest score of any RV in history. It actually almost creates a new category. It's like 2 times higher than even the best RV before that was tested by the TRA. So this is at a level of sustainability and renewability that no RV has ever matched before. More cabinets here. This unit has a dishwasher, which I think is part of the Pro package. Got your single basin sink. You have a really nice high-end sprayer up here. This goes to a water reclamation system that's actually under the floor, basically in the space beneath here in the bottom of the RV, that pulls humidity out of the air, puts it through a filtration process and a sterilization process, and then feeds it to you right here. So you have water reclamation where it can actually create water up to 5 gallons per day and store it just from humidity in the air. Think of it like an air conditioning system, but it's actually taking that condensation that would typically drain off and it's storing it, and then it's filtering it and sterilizing it. That is super cool. Okay, over here you have blackout shades as well. Huge window in the back. Check this out. LG mini split, and this is a split system with 2 air handlers. So you have an air handler here in the back, and then you have one up front, which we'll show you here in a second. You have your smart TV right here as well. More cabinetry. And what's really cool about this cabinetry is it's everywhere. They give it to you everywhere that they can fit it. You have a really, really nice section back here, and this also turns into a bed. You can see where it slides out on the bottom right there and turns into kind of a tray, so now you have a full sleeping area back here as well. Really nice dinette. Again, this whole floor opens up and it exposes all the batteries, but what's cool is, you see these little screw holes right here? Well, that is how you bolt down the island. So this is the island. The island's removable, so you can basically take this, put it out here if you want to use it, open up this whole kitchen, and have a cool little space outside. Then when you're done, you bring that in, and you simply plug it back in or screw it back into the floor, and it's anchored to the floor. Really, really innovative idea, and it really opens this space up as well. You have your Bosch oven, as well as a full true induction cooktop up top. If you see induction cooktops in even your highest end motorhomes, it's typically a 2-burner. But this is a 3-burner true induction cooktop. More drawers below. Now what they've done, which is really cool as well, is they've basically taken all the appliances that you typically don't want to see, like your furnace and stuff like that, and they've put it in the underbelly of this unit. And this unit has enough solar and batteries on it to power every single thing in this RV indefinitely. That is really cool. So we got all that going on. More drawers right here. And you got this huge garbage can. Look how far it pulls out. I love the quality of all this. And it all locks really well, so it's not going to come out on you whenever you're just pulling this down the road. Coming back here, you can see all the shelving right here as well. This is really, really nice. The use of hardwoods in here is absolutely beautiful, but it's very strategic, mainly for certain cosmetic items. Okay, coming around this way into the bathroom. Beautiful glass bowl sink on a nice solid surface countertop. More drawers in here. And these are, again, super high-end drawers. You're hearing that noise, but that's all part of the mechanical function in the spring system to pull the drawer in. Really beautiful mirror, complete with your lighting on the mirror itself, and you can actually warm it as well. Over here you have a furnace, and it's also a towel warmer, so you can turn this on to warm up the towels that are in place. This is really cool. Your AC is also heat pump AC, so it has the ability to essentially draw the cold air out and leave the heat in for you, so you can have heat inside of your RV just off of the AC system as well. But then again, you also have this furnace. This has the really cool macerating toilet system in here. And then over here, check this out. So the couple that owns Living Vehicle, it's basically a husband and wife, and she wanted a shower that was truly functional. Check out how they did this. This is absolutely beautiful. So you have this really cool shower in here. You have a curtain that wraps around, and it gives you this incredible space to use as a shower. And imagine just taking a shower in this space. It's beautiful. Okay, you got more cabinetry right here. Turned on the mirror real quick so you can see that. Also has a heat function to get the condensation off of it when you're done taking a shower. Here's your power displays showing you everything that's going on. You can see that currently we have 350 watts pulling from the system and 1960 watts going into the system. Again, if you want to know more about the power system in this unit, as well as all the solar, the batteries, everything, we made a full video on that talking about it. So definitely go back and check that out if you're interested. Okay, stepping back this way, you have another clothes hanger over here. All right, now we're in the master bedroom. Check out this window. This is a massive window, and you have another huge window on this side, along with another air handler in here, part of your mini split system. So you have another air handler, another heat pump in the bedroom, which provides nice air coming in here. You can freeze out this room with that system. That is really cool. You have your Splendide washer and dryer right here. This is a combo unit. You have your safe already in place. Beautiful doors that slide right here. Then you're going to have closet space on this side. You're also going to have your water filtration system. So you have 3 stages of water filtration. Look at that. Great connections going into it. It's all PEX from the inside. Beautifully ran. You see everything. This is your on-demand water heating system from Truma. And your cartridges are so easy to replace. Oftentimes they bury them somewhere in the RV and you just don't have access to them. But in this unit, you're going to have full access to your water cartridges so you can maintain your filters without having to go outside. Over here you have your mattress, and this is a nice thick memory foam mattress, not those cheapy mattresses that you typically see in RVs. This does lift up, I believe. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. So you got some storage in there as well, quite a bit of it actually. And then you're wondering why there's that cover right there. It's because you have even more drawers down here. And again, all super high-end drawers. You have nightstands on each side, good amount of room. They do make this with a king-size bed option. This one has a queen in it. So this right here appears to be a speaker. Then you have some lighting right here as well. More cabinets up top. This is absolutely gorgeous. They've just done so many good things in this unit. Here's your mini split controls. All right, and then you have dimmer switches in here as well. This is just amazing. It really is. I mean, you probably hear the excitement in my voice in this video as well as all the other videos that I've done. And the reason why is because I've never in my entire time of reviewing RVs have I come across any RV period, that stands up to the quality and the craftsmanship that goes into the living vehicle. It's not there. As nice as some of them are, and as far as some of them have come, this still completely blows them away. And it carries a price tag that also oftentimes blows most of them away. So you can't compare this against like a Pause, because even if you do, this has more quality features, componentry, battery systems, solar, higher end features, everything than even a Pause. So it's not even on the same level as something like that. And while I've been here, there have been a lot of customers coming through here that currently own Airstreams, that currently own other units, and even some motorhomes, and they're touring these and they're seriously considering buying one or even upgrading from one that they currently have because they like a new feature or floor plan or something else. Anyways, let's head outside and take a look at the outside of this unit. Okay, so now that we're on the outside, we're going to work our way back. This is a full aluminum frame that's been essentially rhino coated. I'm not sure exactly what material they use here, but it's aluminum frame, steel reinforced on the inside. So there's steel inside of this incredibly thick aluminum box tube, which is pretty crazy. Has a really nice Demco auto coupler in place. Power front tongue jack, twin 30-pound propane cans. There might even be 40-pound propane cans, to be honest. Really cool storage up here. If you compare this to something like an Airstream, which you really can't, the thickness of the materials, the quality of the latches is much greater than what you would see on an Airstream. And these folks actually renovated Airstreams and lived in Airstreams, so they know the Airstream product. 2 batteries up here, which are separate from the system inside, so that gives you another system in here. Plus you have a commercial Cummins own-in generator in here. The way you can tell is by the color. So check that out, and the fact it says commercial on it. So you don't have the standard gray one that you see on most RVs, but you have actually a commercial propane generator on board for backup. Even though your solar and all that can power everything, they believe in having redundancy in place. You got tons of redundancy as well. So you got the generator, you got propane, you have backups to everything. Right here, look how thick that is. That is insanely thick for a rock guard. Again, if you compare this to something like an Airstream, you'll realize how much thinner the Airstream rock guard is over this. All aluminum siding, all aluminum frame. There's some structural steel in certain places, but everything's been welded together. It's got what they call a moment frame, which is the very best possible complete welded frame you can get. Absolutely insane, the construction of this frame. And you can kind of see underneath where everything that needs to be exposed is exposed, but then everything else is sandwiched between this area right here, such as all your batteries, your tanks, and things like that. They don't hide anything from you. Then you have these insanely built 2-inch thick baggage doors. I've never seen an RV baggage door that can rival these. It's crazy. You even have a lock latch and a release from the inside in the event someone gets trapped inside of the vehicle, or they're playing around, maybe your kids are playing with each other and decide to do a cruel joke, throw someone in here. They can actually open the latch from the inside. All carpeted, all finished off really well. I love these doors. These are awesome. That one's locked. You have the outside of your furnace right there, which again, it also has a standard furnace. So you have 3 heating sources inside of here. You have your LG split system, you have the furnace right here, which is also a towel warmer, and you also have a standard furnace back here as well. Very, very cool. MORryde step above steps. On this side, you have 3 torsion axles or Dexter torsion axles. This unit has the Goodyear Wrangler tires. It has the off-road package with it. Very cool. The tires are 16-inch tires, so they are 285 75 16s. You got 3 of them. You have all disc brakes on this entire unit, so no drum brakes at all. You have a side patio door. I believe it's rated at like 1,500 pounds. This door, this side patio is insane how they've built it. And you can just kind of see the structure. I mean, compare the thickness, compare how this thing is actually assembled to any other door on the market, and you're gonna see that this thing is absolutely insanely built. Nice surround going around your side patio. You also have a winching system from here that actually winches this door up and down, so you don't have to manually open it by hand. You can use the winch and it will pull the door up and lower it down, and that's what this cable right here is for. Then again, you have your solar awning, which runs front to back on both sides and on top of the roof as well. So these essentially cover the roof panels whenever they're in. Over here, you got your, really cool, so it has snap pads that are included with it. Again, these super thick doors. Right here, you have an outside shower, propane connection, huge spare tire on the back. You have a 2-inch receiver back here as well. Receiver load capacity is 500 pounds, applied 12 inches from the end of the receiver tube. Very smart that they put that there. I love the black finish to the back as well. Truly makes this thing stand out. It looks very unique with that. I mean, this whole vehicle looks absolutely unique. They've done a phenomenal job really making it stand out, especially with that flat aluminum look to it. Back here, and this isn't open, but this is where your power 50 amp cord reel is. So you have a 50 amp cable already in here, and what's cool about this is that you have redundancy. So the solar on here powers this entire unit. You should never need the 50 amp cable, but the folks here basically said, you know what, there might be a scenario where maybe you don't want to use your solar, maybe it's parked next to a house, maybe there's something that you need shore power with, and they want to give you it just in case as a redundant system. So that's where they give it to you. Then moving over here, you have the outside portion of your split, basically your compressor unit out here, and this is part of that LG mini split. You open it up, the whole system slides out for serviceability, which is really nice. You also have an electrical 50 amp cord plug-in right here, and once you pull this out, you plug it in right here, and now you have your 50 amp cable connection. Here's the driver's side of your suspension. Again, 3 axles, all torsion axles. Outside power, that one's locked. Got more storage underneath here as well, and it's a tremendous amount of storage. It really is. And from here, you can kind of see some of the things going on in there, including some of your holding tanks. So the water reclamation system that's in here, whenever it's running, it's pulling humidity out of the air, it's storing it, it fills up a tank inside, but then any overflow will fill up the main water tank, and it has a float switch to turn the system off if it thinks your water system could overflow. And even if your water system does overflow, there's an overflow valve to prevent it from getting into the RV. But again, there's nothing wood in terms of the floor of the RV. It's all aluminum floored on 12-inch aluminum studs, and then underneath it you have 16-inch aluminum studs for the spacing for the main bottom floor. So even if it did flood, nothing would get damaged because there's no wood that makes up that portion of it. The only wood is essentially like the shower area, which is designed to get wet, as well as the door that slides shut and that little shelving system that's in there. You have cameras on 3 sides, actually 4 sides. You have a front camera as well as side cameras, and you can actually upfit a vehicle like this with a hard wire so you can plug your cameras into the truck and see it all through your truck's camera system. Over here, you have a few more things going on. That's that connection I was just telling you about over here. So this is where all those plugs would take place. You have DC to DC charging from a vehicle as well. So if you get your pickup truck equipped with their higher end alternator option and the cables, you can actually plug cables from here to your trailer which give your truck the ability to charge the house batteries on your trailer if you need it. But you may not even need that. Again, don't look at any one system here as the only system, because they've built multiple redundant layers in the event you're off grid and you absolutely need to hook up to a different form of power, or maybe you're parking it next to your home, or maybe it's a really dark dark environment and you just don't have enough sunlight hitting the solar panels, but you want to get it ready for a trip and you want to fill up as much power into the battery bank as possible. You have all sorts of really great options to do that with. But yeah, this thing is super cool. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you think about it. Definitely go back and check out some of the other videos I've done recently on this unit and the other units, because those will dive in deeper to the battery system, the solar panel system. And if you want to know how much just that system is worth, so he told me that when you look at the solar panels, all of that, including all the Victron stuff, the huge battery bank, everything that we showcased in the other video, it's $100,000 worth of solar equipment that's on this trailer. And that does not include labor or fabrication. That's just the solar equipment, the cabling, the batteries, and the charging equipment. That's it. Not even including installing it in fabrication. It's $100,000 worth of equipment. It is absolutely insane, which means that equipment alone is the same price as a Lariat or a King Ranch F450 pickup truck, a brand new one. That's crazy. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.